Hi, everybody. Let me get my other window going here so I can see you. And when it goes live to chat. There we go. Let me get my other window going here so I can see you. Have to mute it. You know what happens if you don't mute. And now let me find my chat window so I can see what you're saying to me. Tornado watch in my county? No! Okay, I'm just saying right now, if the power goes out, then we know why. Because of the storm watch. Okay, I don't see the chat window. Nice. Okay, so while I'm looking for that, basically what we're going to talk about is stuff I picked up, new products from e.l.f. that, yeah, off their website. The new stuff, you know, the $5, $6 new stuff that they've got on their website. So I picked up a few items there. I wanted to go over that. And then we can talk about the VIB Rouge sale or the VIB sale. Stuff, yeah, the high-end stuff at Sephora. I still don't see the chat window, and it's disappeared on me. So that's not good. Let me look underneath all this. Yeah, not cool. I have a viewer, and I shall soon, hopefully, find out where you are, because I don't see it. I'll open a Safari window, because it could be that Firefox is just not playing right. I need to know who it is. Okay, that's not cool. I seriously can't see any chat window, and I don't know who I'm talking to. And it's not that I don't know how to get a chat window. So hang on. Let me go into the controls here. Maybe I'm on private. Yeah, I think that was it. For some reason, the thing was on private. Can you see me now? I did that last time too, I'm pretty sure. Still no. Still can't see you though. So let me sit here and just make faces at you. I'm going to go in the back end here and look. Because this should be set so that it is live, and for some reason the last time it did this too, it defaulted to private, which to me is an oxymoron. Why would you be live streaming private? Like, just, I guess if you wanted to have conversations with other people, but not if you are doing with yourself. You wouldn't be doing that private. Yeah. So, you know, if that ever happens to you, it doesn't do you any good to set it so that, okay, we'll make sure that everyone can see me before I say that, because I wish there was a way to cut that out afterwards. I really do. But basically, if you find yourself in a situation where you're doing your live stream and you can't see the chat room, it means that it's private. And it doesn't do you any good to set it in the window where you are looking at yourself at. Do not set it there to present to everyone, because you actually are still in private. You have to go into the back end and change it there like you would any other video from private to public. So anyway, no doubt I've probably lost anyone who was here because of that. So let me go right on to this window. We'll say hello to anyone who is in the room while I get this live chat thing out and make sure I don't miss anyone who wants to talk to me. So also, I wanted to let you know that there is apparently a tornado watch in my area. So if this thing just cuts power, then you'll know that the reason is because there's a tornado. There's a bad storm coming up on me, I guess. I don't know. So anybody here, you want to say hello? Let me know that you are here. Hashtag World's Greatest Writer. Going to take off here first with the e.l.f. stuff and tell you I went to the e.l.f. website. The e.l.f. I went to the e.l.f. website. Went to e.l.f.'s website mid-October. Picked up some of their new stuff. I see they've got some other stuff now too. So, give me a thumbs up there, please, for interaction. So I want to go through that really quick so that we can get on to the stuff for the Sephora sale and talk to each other about what we would like to get at Sephora. Anybody there? Say hello in the chat room for me so I know that you're there. This thing says it's public now. All right, well, anyway, so I picked up one of their new e.l.f., liquid lip matte or matte lipsticks, and I really like it. This one here is actually, I think this is $6. This is actually my lip color, so you can't even tell that I have this on. This one's in tea rose, and I'll just give you a little swatch there of that. And I'm going to do quite a lot, actually, because I want to show you the wand. There's like a hole there. That's tea rose. And what I don't like about it, though, is that it gets real glompy, and you have to, wipe it off quite a bit. So, but that's pretty good for $6. I think that's a really good formula. Get my baby wipes out here so I can get these swatches under control. Hi, Marge. I guess I did go live just for you. That's cool, though, right? Everybody's probably watching football. See, I guessed totally wrong. I thought this would be a good time to do this because I thought there was lots of girly girls like me who could give 2 cents for the football game, even though the Colts are on right now. So I gave up, I don't, okay, let's be honest, I don't watch it. I can't stand to be around him when he's screaming, and he will over the Colts game if they're not doing well. So can you see and hear me okay, Marge? Then I also picked up this e.l.f. sponge. Now, I would say that this sponge, I have not used it long enough to know whether or not it's going to. I like little e.l.f. butts, and I cannot lie. I can't say, oh, you don't watch any football, but the Super Bowl, yeah, okay, yeah, Super Bowl, everybody watches that, right? I used to watch football all the time, but the screaming and the hollering, I just can't, it got on my nerves. I couldn't do it. Anyway, this e.l.f. sponge, I would say this thing is a cross between the Real Techniques sponge and the BH Cosmetics one so far. I don't know how long this is going to last me because, I tend to tear up sponges relatively easy. I will say there is kind of, when you get it wet, there's some dimpling that goes on it. But I mean, it feels okay. It does a pretty good job. So I like the sponge. Then I got this. They've got a whole highlighter pen section going on now. And I got this one here because I'm looking for a replacement for my YSL. And I just can't quite but this is what it looks like now. These are for concealing, but I don't know, you know, I mean, it could be that there's people using it like me. I don't know how it would do as a concealer. That's not what I use it for. What I use these pens for is to carve out and clean up my brow. So I really like this. Now, I think that I do like Maybelline's better. So, but you know, I mean, this is a good product if that's what you want to use it for. If you're wanting to use it to actually conceal, I can't tell you. You know, I'm going to slide that over here. I also put links to everything below. And Marge says, I see they just came out with new, yes, and that's what these are. So like I said, whether or not it actually does a good job correcting, I said concealer, I meant correcting. Whether they actually do a good job correcting, I don't know, because I use it to carve out my brows. But there is a whole new line of those up there. So yes, they have them in peach, purple, green, I think yellow, all the colors that you would be expecting from a corrector. Then I had to try it. I had one of their e.l.f. pencils before for the eyebrows, and I did not like it. And this one promises to be a micro, and here it is. So it is, and this is how much product you get in it. That's all the way up. I've used it once. And it did pretty good. What I don't really care for, and it's got this blow brush. What I didn't really care for is the color. There's not a lot of color range here, but they call it the Ultra Precise Brow Pencil, and it will give you a thinner line than what they've had in the past, but this is not a good shade for me. So I don't really like this product. It's going to be in my empties. Surprise. And then this one, I got two more. This one here is a blush. This is called Blushing. Wow. And it looks pretty on camera here, but these, oh, they got some in tubes. Oh, well, I did notice that they got even more new stuff since I went there in the middle of October. So, I'll have to go and check those out. This blush I hate. Shouldn't say hate. I don't like this. I strongly don't like this. And the reason is because it has, you got to use a really dense brush to get it to show up on your face. And that's a real pretty color. But what you're probably not being able to see here is how much microscopic glitter is in this. Wait a minute. Wait just a second. Maybe it was an overspray. Let me put it over here and check. Okay, we're gonna take this back out of the trash for a minute here. I will use that again and get back to you because doing that in this light, I don't see the microscopic glitter. So maybe that was just an overspray. I'll get back with you on it. Wait. Okay. Nope, there it is. Okay, so what happened was, yeah, it's still there. I just saw it when I wiped that off. As the blush fades during the day, the glitter hangs around. And it spreads and it winds up everywhere on you. Now, if you're maybe 13 to 15, that might be kind of cute. But when you're 55, microscopic glitter stuck in your pores. And when I went to take off my makeup, first I went in and I washed my face. Then, hello, Mary Ellen, how are you? You and Marge are my only people. Everybody's mad at me. They're probably watching football. There's a bunch of girls that love football, I think. I don't know. I was talking about this blush here, and no, there is a microscopic glitter in there. And when you go to take off your makeup, it's so small, it gets in your pores. So I used a cleanser, washed my face, still there. Take a cotton pad with some micellar water on it, Still there, can't get it off. Take some Clinique, take the day off, put it on. Finally, I get all this glitter off, and it was this blush. And so I thought then, Mary Ellen, I put it on the back of my hand and just kind of rubbed it in. And I thought it was gone, but when I wiped it off, I can see the microscopic glitter. So what happens is you'll put this on and you need a dense brush for it to show up. And then you got a problem because as it fades during the day, it leaves this microscopic glitter behind. So that'll be going into the trash. Then I also got this eyeshadow. I forgot to pull it out. It's on their site. It's one of their new ones, and it's a cream. And those are real pretty. I do like those. I only got one, and it was a rose color. So, but it was kind of faint, but it really was pretty. So you could use that under eyeshadow. It also has the microscopic glitter in it, but it doesn't come off your eyes, because I wore it the other day just to see, was it the blush or did the eyeshadow fall? So it wasn't the eyeshadow that did that. And Be Unique. Hi there. Oh, that's a cute name. Be Unique. Be Unique says, I know how you feel about the glitter. I feel the same about the new. Yes, yes. So much of that new. I don't like any of the Fenty Beauty stuff. The foundation did not work out for me. And any of the other things I tried, the highlighters, those eyeshadows. I think those eyeshadows are just meant to go over things. They're just, I don't know. There's a lot of glitter in that stuff. Really shiny stuff. Mary Ellen says, I don't like it when a tube has silver writing on it and it peels off a little and it gets stuck in my pores. Sherry G says that she just finally got here. Hi guys. I had some problems at the very beginning of this video again. Of course, if you watch it back, you'll see that. So I won't go into what the problem was, but I did say how you fix it in case it ever happens to anybody else. Hi, Monica. Then the last thing that I got then was this e.l.f. highlighter. I needed another highlighter, but I had to know. So this one is in Shimmer Highlighting Powder in Pearl Glow. So here it is, and it looks white unless you put it up next to the Becca in Pearl. So here's the two next to each other. And when you put them next to each other, you can see that the Becca is brighter than this one is. However, watch this. So here's the e.l.f. Wait, let me get that on there. This one is the e.l.f. And then this one is the Becca. So again, this one in here is Becca, and that's e.l.f. Again, the Becca one, naturally, I would hope, is a little better, but I wore the e.l.f. on one cheek and the Becca on the other cheek and couldn't tell the difference. So, you know, I think that this is a winning highlighter here. So I'm going to put those two aside. I have makeup everywhere. Be Unique says, yes, like my husband says, they sell you a special brush for a eyeshadow palette. It's supposed to pick up the glitter. Oh, but to you, it looks like any other eyeshadow brush. You know what? I went over there. I did not buy it because, well, I just didn't want it. After putting my hands in it, it was like those shadows were meant to be glitter on top of other shadows. That's what it seemed like to me. And I'm like, I don't want that. Oh, Becca's going to be on Hot Look tomorrow. Oh, thank you for that tip, Marge. Thank you. All right. So I got through the e.l.f. stuff now, I think. Good. All right. So what I've done is I made a list of stuff that I either have right here in front of me or I have used before that I would recommend for the VIB sale or the Sephora fall sale. Then I have another list of things that I might just bring up and talk about, and I've listed all of them in the links below in case I don't explain something or forget something and you want to check it out. That list will be stuff that I have had in my cart And then went, what are you doing? You can't do that, and took it out. But I think it would be something I would love to own and try, but just can't buy. Hashtag world's greatest driver. Yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, so you think that you think the e.l.f. looked like it had more color? Let me just check it out again and let's see. I'll make a bigger stripe. I'll use 2 fingers. So this is e.l.f. Wow, I am really gotta wipe this off and get the Becca. 2 fingers in. I mean, the finish on the Becca feels more luxurious, of course, but I feel like the Tin Man. All right, so this patch right here on the bottom is Becca, and this is e.l.f. I think if you were to put them on your face, that you can't tell. And I think this was $6. And I think this is $38. I might be wrong, but it's at least $30 for the Becca. Right? Okay. So Be Unique says that the Fenty shadows are toppers. Okay. I guess I'm stupid. I just don't see the point of a whole palette of toppers. Anybody want to educate me on that? Do I look shiny? I look shiny to me. Okay, so here we go. Let's start with Becca then, since Becca's going to be on Hot Look tomorrow. And that would certainly be cheaper if they have these things there than getting 20% off at Sephora probably. And that would be these primers. So definitely, and which one do I like best? Dunno. I love them both. This one here, I really love the smell of. It's the First Light primer. So in case you've never seen it, gosh. Yeah, Marge, unless you were to walk around with a compact, who's going to know the difference? So there's the Becca First Light, and this is the Becca Backlight. So the Becca Backlight is a thicker consistency. I think it has a smell too. And you guys see me use that all the time. And then the First Light. So this one here kind of wakes you up, but I'm thinking it's the scent that does it, that wakes you up. Gosh, I do. I love them both. And sometimes what I really like is blending them together. I like the 2 of them together, but that would be insane. If you have them both, try blending them together. Do not go out and just buy them both to use together. I mean, come on, I'm trying to wrestle around with these Huggies wipes. Ah! Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to yell in your ear. Anyway, so these 2 primers I really recommend if you want to. Of course, anything at Sephora is a splurge, right? I think anything at Sephora is a splurge. So obviously everything I'm listing or talking about is a splurge. So, you know, if you're buying one thing at Sephora, 20% is probably not worth it. But if you're buying a whole bunch of stuff, 20% could save you a bunch of money. So these are excellent, and some of my favorite primers are Becca. Marge says that she heard so much about the Becca Backlight. I bought it and ended up taking it back. With my combo skin, it made me look too dewy, borderline on greasy. Okay, so that was the Backlight, huh? The First Light is not as dewy, I don't think. Oh, yeah, she says she was so disappointed after hearing so much of, so many of you love it. You know, I get like that with some movies and stuff sometimes. People like talk them up, and then I go expecting it to be really great and then don't find that it is. But I do. I love the Becca ones. But never mind. This is about Sephora. This is not drugstore. This is Sephora. So never mind what I was going to say. And Be Unique says, yeah, but about the Becca Backlight, it seems to work best if you have dry dull skin like mine. And so she bought the backlight primer. This is one of my favorite primers, and I realize that it is expensive. I'm almost out, and I get to try out my new spatulas that I bought. For this is the Lancome Le Base Pro. This stuff is really good. But, you know, it's like a silicone. So pull this out so you can see. I don't want to waste any of it. But it's a silicone primer that does a good job of making your makeup glide on, stay on, and fills your pores. So I really love this. If you want to try any Lancome, I suggest that you do it when you can get a 20% discount. Hi, Sue. How are you? Hashtag world's greatest primer. Sue says, yes, to me, Sephora is a splurge for me. I just finally subscribed to Play so that I could try some items on a budget. You know, that's a good idea. I would recommend doing that too. Ooh, look how colorful I am. I'm so colorful. Yeah, I thought about getting Play. But then I've stopped myself because I'm like, you have enough here to play with. You don't need to be doing that. Discover more stuff, Mary. But, oh, I see I have 13 watching now and only 3 thumbs up. So hit the thumbs up, guys. Help me out here so Google thinks I'm relevant. That's what we need, is for Google to think we're relevant. My last primer that I would suggest as a splurge is by Tarte. And this is the Clean Smooth Timeless. Now, when I tell you this, I want to tell you that this primer is finicky. And here's where I really, really think this thing shines. If you have a day that you want to wear no makeup and you want to look like you're airbrushed, just put this primer on. That's all you got to do. Just take the primer and pat it into your pores, into your wrinkles. And when it dries down, it looks like you have nothing on. For some reason, you have to be careful that you don't use this and go in too fast for the foundation. Today, I'm wearing this primer. So, well, you guys can't really tell very well with this camera. Let me look and make sure I'm not lying to you. Yep, pores in check. Okay, but what you got to do is put this on and push it in. It hasn't been finicky on Marge, okay? If you let it dry down, exactly. You need to let this dry down. So what you do is you take it, and I wish it wasn't in this jar. You should really get something to get it out of there with. And I do have something, but more often than not, I just take my fingers and pat down in here. And then what you do is you push, or what I do is push this stuff into your pores, into your wrinkles. Okay, then let it dry down. And then after you do that, then you can go in with your foundation and it will mask pores, holes, wrinkles. But where I wear this thing the most is on days when I just don't want to wear any makeup at all. I just want my pores to go away. And I'll put this stuff on, and you can't beat that. So this is the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer. Again, all the links for everything I'm talking about are down below. So let me catch up here. Marge agrees that you have to let it dry down. It's the only primer that Tati and Stephanie Nicole ever use anymore. Oh, is that right? I knew that Stephanie did because me and Stephanie have that in common. We both love this primer. But I didn't know that about Tati. Tina, hi Tina. Are you almost done? No, I just started. I think what happened, if you want to know the truth, is that because of the time change, I think that people didn't realize what time this was. People are starting to show up now. And yeah, no, I just got started like just a few minutes ago, I think. Okay. Oh, and also I have to tell you guys that my phone went off and said there's a tornado watch. Really? And I can hear it raining outside. So if I go away really quick, it's because the power went out. Okay, sorry. I didn't know, and it went from daylight to night outside. So, and March says, wait a minute, let me scroll up. I've been running my mouth in mist. Yes, Marge agrees it looks great alone too. and she's never going to be without it again. I think that's a testament, right? So Marge, me, Tati, Stephanie, Nicole all say that they'll never be without this primer. So there you go. And Marge, to my knowledge, doesn't make videos about makeup. So Tarte just sent Tati a new jar and she showed it on a recent video. Okay, well, I have to say, I don't watch Tati very much anymore, but that's a testament. So, oh, thank you, Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen gave me $2. That was so sweet of you. Thank you so much, Mary Ellen. That helps me. I might actually be able to get something in the VIP sale. I've got one thing in my cart that I'm just sitting on and going, yeah, just keep it up, Mary, because somebody's going to buy it all up and then you won't be able to get that. But I'm still trying to decide if I should pull the trigger. I sold some perfume to get it, but you know, I don't know if you guys go through that or not, where you're just like, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no, I'm there. Mary Ellen says, you know, I'm a slacker and I don't wear primer. Okay, well, that's, some people don't believe in primer at all. Be Unique says, I'm about to drive my husband crazy with my makeup shopping. He's hollering about retirement money. And I'm like, you only live once. And yes, I understand that analogy. I really do. But, you know, I mean, well, I say I'm not supposed to, you know, probably be soon. But, you know, he just got laid off. I can't be doing that. So anyway, so then Sherry says, that is awesome, Mary Ellen. I'm out of luck. The Mally Pore Defender gives the same effect. Well, you know what? You're right, Mary Ellen. I was going through, you guys would be so proud of me. I went through and decluttered and straightened, and my drawers are like, I can find stuff in them now. She's right. The Mally Pore Defender, which you can't get at the VIB sale, so we shouldn't be talking about it, right? But it's the same deal with me. Sometimes I just run my fingers in it like that and pat it into my pores, but more often than not, I use the Tarte. So let me catch up here. This is awesome, Mary Ellen. Out of luck, no VIB sister. Stephanie Nicole just talked about that primer in her VIB video. Tina says, and I'm looking for a primer. Hi, Momo Kieran. Mary, if you had to recommend eye brushes, what would you recommend? Are we talking about for VIB sale? Because I'm assuming you want to be affordable. I do have a couple of things in my want list. I want the rest of the Tom Ford. But I'm assuming you're not talking about that. However, I mean, I do have to say, look at this. It's dirty, of course. I mean, I do wash my brushes, guys. This Tom Ford blending brush, I'm not kidding you. But you most certainly do not have to do that. If you're talking about at Sephora, which is what we're talking about, I love the Sephora line of brushes. I really do. I have yet to find a Sephora brush that I don't like. So I think you can pick up brushes there at Sephora that are extremely nice and compete with a lot of my high-end brushes. Monica says, do you use the Mally Before Foundation? Oh, she's talking to Mary Ellen. Just let me move right along here. Okay, so now that since we're talking about pores, I want to recommend this. The Too Faced Primed and Poreless, they make a good primer too. But, oh, I need a new one of these guys. This powder is excellent. It will blur away your pores. And the way I've always used it is I will take a damp, not a wet, but a damp beauty blender, and I tap in there and push it into my pores. So the Too Faced Primed and Poreless pressed powder is really good. I like that. So I would recommend that too. No, Be Unique says, I go through that and I also lose my order. Trust me, pull that trigger. I know this is what's going to happen, right? If you regret it, then you'll always take it back later. And what the thing that I want is actually limited edition. So once it's gone, I probably can't get it anymore. Sue Donner says, I use face oils, then primer to do my makeup and finish my face. I spray MAC Fix Plus. Okay, and she's going to be 62 next week. Well, happy early birthday to you. She loves the Sephora eye makeup remover. I don't have it in here, but if you want to splurge, I've not used the Sephora eye makeup remover, but I think everybody here knows that I'm a big fan of Bifaso by Longo. So that 20% off is when you'd want to move on something like that. Okay, so now here, don't get this. This is the Sephora Rose Micellar Cleaning Milk. I got this in the store because I liked the smell of it. It smells like roses. I liked the smell of it, and I was going around putting swatches on, and this took the swatches off really easily, and that's what it's sitting out here for. But on my face, this burned my face. So obviously, look how much I've used. All I use this for is taking swatches off my hand. So I don't recommend that. All right, we'll reach in here, and since she was talking about setting spray, I want to say my recommendation from Sephora for setting spray is the KVD Locket. And guys, I don't know, let's see if you can see this. I've never, do you see that mist? That is the finest mist I've ever used on any kind of a setting spray, and I think I've tried just about all of them. So, oh my goodness, I love this setting spray, and I recommend the KVD Locket setting spray. It's a very good one. All right, then, I'm going to reach in here for blush in the blush pile. How about we do blushes? The first blush that I recommend, is it Marge's birthday? Happy birthday, Marge. The Tom Ford brush. Let's see, what this one is the blending brush. Okay, so they have, I'll just jump down into the things I want but can't buy. Okay, I'll look on that list. So they have the Tom Ford shadow brush, which is their shader. And then this is the blending brush. And I don't know what it is with this thing. It's dirty, so you can't see very well, but it's tapered. And so it comes to a point, and it's not real fluffy, but it's fluffy enough to get the job done. So when you use this thing, what I don't like about it is because it's so luxurious and it's goat hair and stuff, I'd never take this thing into the color switch. No. So what I do is while I'm doing my makeup, I'll just wipe it off on a wet wipe to get that color off, but then it's kind of damp. So what happens is a lot of times I'll use the same brush and I'll just use the color change and switch, go to a different color, switch, go to a different color. And I don't feel comfortable doing that with this Tom Ford brush because it's such a luxurious brush. It's such a luxury item that I don't want to tear it up. So that's the only thing I don't like about it. I love everything else about this brush. And I would love to have the cheek brush. I have this brush by Tom Ford and this one. So this one here is the bronzer brush. Highly recommend this brush too. Serious. Oh my gosh. This is such a wonderful brush. Use it all the time, as you can see. And I have the blending brush. I would also like to have the eyeshadow brush and the cheek brush. So those are on my, I wish I could have it, but I'm not stupid enough to press buy for various reasons. Another brush. Oh, Sue's silly. Oh, sorry. Duh. She's saying happy birthday to Sue because it's going to be Sue's birthday. Another brush, Mama, that you might like, or Karen, is this contour brush. If you are a kind of person that has trouble contouring, I think this brush is actually a cheat and helps you because of the way that it is. But I would use it with cream instead of powder. I mean, you can use it with powder. But when you use it with cream, it hugs your cheek, and then you can flip it this way and kind of go back and forth and blend it better. With a powder, I think it's a little harder to blend that way. So that was what I was saying I liked about those Wet n Wild brushes, was that because it had give, I could use it with a powder and it was easier to blend. But this is a super good contour brush if you're the kind of person that wants to contour, but you have trouble doing it. I think this brush is a cheat and helps you. And it is the Sephora number 77 contour brush. Diet update video this Thursday. Monica's having a diet update and not happy. That's not good. Okay, let me catch up here. Y'all talking about diets. So I'm just going to move right along here. Oh, yes, Marge, those Tom Ford brushes, they're not cheap. But they hang around and they're really, really good. I mean, when I tell you that, I'm saying that it just, I think if you have trouble blending, I think you really need a good shadow and a good brush to get a seamless, wow, blend. But if you're even working with a shadow that's kind of hard to blend, something about this brush helps you with that whole thing. And I don't know if it's the cut of the bristles or what it is, but it's a good brush. Moving right along, let's talk about bronzers since we were talking about the contour brush. I recommend 2 bronzers from Sephora. The first would be Hourglass. I love the Hourglass bronzer. And sometimes I get scared to use this because I look at it and I see, I don't know if you can see this or not, the sparkling that's going on with this bronzer. And I look at it and go, no, don't do that because you might ruin your look. It'll get there's too much glitter or whatever in it. But I don't know what it is about that it goes away. So Hourglass really knows how to do luminous. They really do. So this is a really good bronzer if you want luminosity with your bronze. If you don't, I recommend Lancome's Star Bronzer. This is a really great bronzer, and what I love about this bronzer is that I feel comfortable with this bronzer using it in the eye and the cheek. I mean, if you're in a hurry, take this bronzer, put on your foundation, take this bronzer, work it right here on your cheeks. It can double as a blush and bronzer, and then come into your crease and use this bronzer there. So I think Lancome did a really good job with the Star Bronzer. Again, things that you wait till you got 20% until you do it, right? Mary Ellen says, love their Mood Exposure blush. Yes, I'm getting to that in my pile of blushes because I think almost everybody knows that is my favorite blush, is Mood Exposure by Hourglass. So let's just jump in there. So one of my recommendations for blush is Mood Exposure by Hourglass. Don't know why. It's everything. This blush is everything. You need this blush. Now, at one time or another, I've had them all, but this is the only one that I have gone through and had to purchase more, is from Mood Exposure. I love this blush. I put it up because I don't want to buy another one, but let's put some on now. No, just kidding. This blush here, if you've never tried it, I think you will be amazed. Don't be fooled by the color in the pan. What it does to your face is really something special. So Sherry says, I can use the e.l.f. contour palette, but not without too much trouble. Are we talking about contouring? Yes, but this is for the Sephora sale, so I'm not going to talk about an e.l.f. contour. But yeah, the e.l.f. one is a good contour palette. And Marge says, I love Mood Ambient Powder during late fall. Yes, I'm getting ready to pull those out too. So it sounds like we like the same stuff, guys. And Mary, is it more coral or more mauve? It's more mauve. I think Dim has the more coral in it, if I'm thinking right. I can't remember. I think it's Dim that has the more coral to it, but this is more mauve, and I love it. You know what, Tina? I don't know. I've not got that up in front of me. I do have a link to it below, though, if you want to look and see. I'm going to guess 30-ish, maybe. It does last a while, though, because it doesn't take very much. All right. Next blush, we're just going to reach in here and grab it, is the Clinique in color in Plum Pop. And I have a lipstick. I should have got that. I have a lipstick that goes with this Plum Pop. But, oh, I can't get it open. There we go. This is, don't be scared, guys. I know this looks really, really scary and bright, but on your cheeks, it blends out so pretty. But I can see why you would go, no! Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So that's Plum Pop by Clinique. I recommend that. I recommend picking up California from Benefit. And this has a scent. I don't know what the scent is. But in the middle, it's a little bit different color. This is a corally blush, Mama. If you're looking for a corally color, this one is. And I love it. I think what it is it's got pink and coral in it. But this goes on absolutely gorgeous. It's by Benefit, and it's called California instead of California. Beautiful blush. Hi, Kitty. Oh, she says she loves California. Yes, it's very, very, very brightening, very beautiful. It's okay. That's enough of that. My next two blushes are from Becca. I want to ask if you have checked out any of the patent. Lord says my iPad is acting up. Yeah, you know, if you guys experience a problem in the chat room, I have been to live streams and I've been on both sides of it, and I constantly find myself needing to refresh. I don't know why, but the chat will mess up and you have to refresh. So that's probably what she's having to do. I have not tried any of the Patnograph, but I have heard wonderful things about it. So I would love to try that sometime, but I have not checked it out and tried it for myself. Sue Donner says, I am enjoying Rockateur by Benefit for fall. Yeah, I think I need to slide this down a little bit to catch the end of that. Yes, Rockateur is what I'm wearing today. I love Rockateur. I love Benefit. Okay. The next two blushes that I'm going to recommend are both from Becca, and they are Foxglove and Flower Child. So this one is Foxglove, and this one is Flower Child. I was going to recommend Sweet Pea, but I couldn't find it. So this one is Flower Child, and this one is Foxglove. Becca does beautiful. Becca and Hourglass are both outstanding when it comes to the luminous department, I think. So really loving that. Well, so's Benefit. So's everybody. No, I just love it all so much. I just love playing with this. Is for me, this is so fun going through all of this stuff. And I could only get enough stuff that I could fit in front of me. Okay. And Lawrence agrees with me. She loves Flower Child as well. That's wonderful. Hey, you guys, hit the thumbs up if you haven't already hit it. I see I have 16, but only 8 thumbs ups. And so that would be wonderful. And if you are watching this after the fact, please give me a thumbs up. I need that for engagement. Okay, then the two products I have here from Hourglass that I think everybody should own, and those are their ambient powders. Now, I will more often than using a real powder, okay, I'm going to say almost all the time, instead of using a real setting powder, I use these. These powders have a unique thing about them where they refract light. So they make me look better than I really am. So the two that I recommend that you get are luminous light, and you can't really tell very much by looking at them in these pans, but they give a different look on the face. This one here, this one right here is Mood, and this one is Luminous. So thank you. This nail polish is from, it's a gel polish. I forgot the name of it. It's from the Nude and Glitter series. Oh, I can't think of it. If I think of it, I'll put it below. But anyway, these ambient powders by Hourglass, if they ever get rid of these, I will cry. I love them so much. If you're going to get a 20% discount and you've never tried these, I recommend the Hourglass ambient powders and blushes both. All right. And Mary Ellen agrees with me about the powders. She's got to run and catch the rest later. Well, thank you so much for coming in here, Mary Ellen, and keeping Marge company while other people arrived. I appreciate that so much. All right, so let's talk foundation. All right, don't kill me, okay? But the only one I can tell you, I've tried a lot of foundations. The only high-end foundation I just truly will not let go of, no matter what, is this. It's the YSL Touche Éclat Radiance Awakening Foundation, and I wear it in BR30. This foundation is so good, so good. And I like the new Lancome ones. If I couldn't have this, I would go for that. But I've tried the Fenty, I've tried the Laura Mercier, I've tried Kat Von D's way out there. No. I mean, there's so many foundations. I like the old Guerlain Lingerie de Peau. I've heard too many bad things about the new one, so I'm not going to try that. But now I have foundations that I would like to try. And I like the dewy stuff. Okay, I like the stuff that makes you, I don't like matte foundation. So that's why I want to try the Natasha Denona one. After that, eyeshadow palette. I mean, okay, this foundation is it 50? That's not too far a stretch then, since Natasha Denona, because you might think, well, gosh, why don't you just go for a... But, Natasha Denona isn't that... It's around the same price range as this, so it's supposed to have a luminous finish. I'd like to try that. Now, YSL does have a brand new foundation that I'm curious about, but I don't know if I'm going to try it or not because I'm broke. No. No, that ain't why. It's because I think it's supposed to be full coverage, and this is not a full coverage foundation. I don't really like full coverage that well. Femme Girl says, I've been wanting to get that foundation. So many mature women rave about it. It seems to be a favorite among many YSL. Yes. There's a reason why this foundation, for me, is a spoiler for anything else. Now, I do want to try, and I've got it on my list of things I want to try. I want to try the Shiseido Synchro Skin and the Dior Skin Forever. I did try that Dior Skin one that had the dropper. I didn't like that. So that has kept me away from Dior. But so many people talk so much about the Dior Skin Forever that I would like to try it and give it a try. But the only one that I've tried, actually used, is that I love and say, you have to try this. If you get 20% off, you have to try that. Is this YSL Touche Éclat Radiance Awakening Foundation. So I only got one foundation recommendation. This one. Sorry. All right, let's go to the lipsticks then. Talking line here. NARS. The NARS Audacious lipsticks. And I love Anna. Anna is my favorite. If I had to take one lipstick and I couldn't have any other lipstick ever and ever, amen, I think it would be NARS Anna. I love it so much. It's a shade that looks really good on me. And the Bite lipsticks, this one is in Rhubarb. I love Pepper too. Here, let me show you that. Let me show you Anna, in case you've never seen it. That is Anna. I love it. This is Rhubarb by Bite, and I love Pepper too. Rhubarb is really pretty, and Pepper as well. But I think you could get by, unless you just want to have them both, I think you could get by with having one or the other. I think Pepper is just slightly darker than Rhubarb. I think they're so close that I don't need both. And actually, I went in there to buy Pepper and came out with Rhubarb. And then, of course, I think everybody knows how much I love Lancome. And this one here is in Crushed Rose. I have a lot of Lancome lipsticks, but I think if you want to try, this is Crushed Rose. I think if you want to try a Lancome lipstick, 20% off sale, it's a good time to try. And my favorite Lancome lipstick is actually called Champagne. I think it's number 355. And it is a pinkish color. Love that lipstick. So I would recommend, if you're going to try a lipstick during the sale, and maybe even the Pat McGrath. Those are so new there, I forgot about them, but they're supposed to be phenomenal. But I have never actually tried Pat McGrath. I'm talking about lipsticks I have actually tried and love the formulation and think that you should pick up and try if you've never done it in a 20% off sale. And Lord says that NARS Barbara is also amazing. I am such a lipstick addict and I own so many, but I still reach for the NARS Audacious lipsticks. There's just something special about it, right, Lords? They just, the way they wear, how the comfort, I don't know, and this packaging. I love that. But yeah, these are 3 lines that I think if you're going to get 20% off and you've never tried them, that you should. NARS, Bite, and Lancome. So there's that. Where are those Huggy Wipes? Oh yeah, we dropped them on the floor. I might need this stuff for this now. So, so Sue loves the Lancome lipsticks too. Yes. See, I don't hear a lot about Lancome. I've been using Lancome since I always said, see, that stuff does really good, but not on my face. No. I've been wearing Lancome. I've been telling on my channel that I've been wearing Lancome since I was 17, but my BFF I went to high school with, she corrected me. She said, you keep telling everybody that you were 17 and you were 15. So and the powerful thing about that is that she doesn't wear makeup. She's never liked it, never cared for it, doesn't wear it. And yet she remembers when I started wearing Lancome. Okay, palettes. I think that's all I have left from things I own or have actually used that I'm going to recommend. And then we can talk about the stuff I want and the stuff you guys want. I've not been able to reach in there and see if anybody's making any suggestions and what I may actually get. So the first palette that I'm going to recommend is, hello, everyone's talked about it. And as I was looking at 3 of these palettes, I'm like, do you see a common thing here with you? I think I just really like these kinds of shades. I think I love these warm, vibrant oranges, reds, and browns. The modern Renaissance, I don't think I just love this palette. And of course, I'm constantly going into Venetian Red and Love Letter. Those two are probably my favorite shades in there. So I love the Modern Renaissance palette. If you don't have it, then I suggest that you pick it up on the 20% off. And this is funny. Well, it's sort of funny. You guys might not think it's funny. There's a palette that I keep going over to Sephora and looking at. Like, I go over there, I swatch it, and then I leave. I go over there and I swatch it and I leave. And it's the Too Faced Velvet Mattes. Do you guys hear the thunder? Oh, I hope we don't lose power. I better just not tell stories and talk, right? So Tina says she finally got the hang of using that palette. Yeah, and it looks kind of intimidating, doesn't it? I mean, you look at the colors and go, oh, it's so pretty. But then you sit down to use it and go, what do I do? What do I do first? So, man, that thunder's scaring me. All right, now, this. I was not going to get this because the other one, I don't like the other one. The rose gold one, I didn't like that. Yes, Carrie, India is under flash floods and tornado watch. I know, my phone went off and told me, and I'm going, what? Before I started this, it was clear skies out there, and it felt good, and then I get ready to start, and my phone goes off. Hey, Kristen, how you doing? So this palette here, Huda Beauty's Desert palette, to me is a whole different kind of thing than the palette that was the rose gold. I didn't like that. This has a good heavy weight to it. When you open it up, you got this mirror here that I can't show you, and this. Oh, that looks funny, don't it? This is the plastic thingy-me-bobby that goes over it. Marge says that she found and bought a dupe for the rose gold one, $10 including shipping. Where's that at? And Kristen says, that is still on my wish list. Even though I made rouge this year, I have a budget and need to stick to it. I can appreciate that. This palette. Now, what is funny about this is I keep running over to the Sephora because I don't have the Too Faced Velvet Matte Peachy thing. I don't have that palette. But in my head, when I look at it online, I think of this and another palette I have. And I'm like, what do you need that for? So then I go over there. Now, this is funny because I'm over there the other day and I don't take this with me because I want to compare, but I don't want to take this with me because I'm afraid that they'll stop me and accuse me of stealing this palette, right? And so I think, okay, well, I'll just grab theirs. I'll grab their Huda and take it and compare the shades to the Too Faced Velvet Peach Matte palette thing. You guys know which one I'm talking about. So I go over there and they don't have this. It's gone. It's not there no more. And I went up to her, I said, can you get me the tester for it? She said, it's all gone. The tester's all gone. Yeah, they pulled it off the floor. And I said, okay, did you pull it off the floor because the palettes are all gone? Or are you saying that the tester is all gone as well? Yes, the tester is all gone as well. I'm like, well, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, well, so I left. I didn't get it that day either. I went to the Rouge event when it first opened, walked in there, and there are so many of these there. It is not funny. So I'm like, so were you guys really out? Or was you like, I got a conspiracy thing going on. Oh my gosh, did you hear that thunder? Anyway, this palette is exceptional, but help me, guys. I'm trying my hardest to understand what is the difference between retrograde and twilight. In the camera, I'm going to show them to you here. Now, I think that these are both shadows that need to be worn over other shadows. These are like that whole palette of Fenty shadow. I think these are meant to be worn over other shadows. But to me, these two things look exactly the same. I don't see a difference in Twilight and Retrograde. Maybe I have a slight colorblind thing going on here, but I do not see it. And they remind me of the Natasha palettes, Dragon Bite. I think that what they're trying to do is Dragon Bite, and there's no comparison. This is Dragon Bite. So I don't really care too much for, now I have found if you put Twilight or Retrograde, either one, on top of black, then they do show up and look pretty. But I still don't see a difference between Twilight and Retrograde. But the rest of this palette, I do love. Even Cosmo, and I didn't think I was going to like it, and here's why. I didn't think I would like Cosmo because this, guys, this is straight up glitter. I'm not kidding you. This is like they took a thing of glitter and then they set it with glycerin in the pan. It's glitter. You see that? And I was like, that is so stupid. Why would you do that? Well, first we have to remember that a lot of people that buy this palette aren't going to be 55 years old. So younger girls would appreciate this glitter. But I want to tell you that you can wear this, and because I was worried about the size of it. These are some pretty, this is glitter. It's the size of regular glitter. So I was thinking, what happens if that falls down off your eyes and gets in your eye? Or like, what happens if you go to take this off and you rub it in your eye and then you cut your eyeball or your cornea or something with that glitter? But I have worn it. If you put glitter glue on it, on your eyelid, and then you pack this on there, it will stay. It won't come off. It doesn't have fallout, and it did not get in my eye. It came off really easy when I went to take it off. So that's pretty amazing. I thought I would hate that. But every shade in here I really like. If you want to do kind of this deserty kind of sunset look, I think this is a really good palette. I do like it. And yeah, I like that palette. And in a minute, we'll talk about this again when we talk about the one palette that I want in this sale. Okay, so Heidi says, hi, everybody. Listen, if you haven't given me a thumbs up yet, please don't forget to do so, okay? Heidi says, Dr. Brandt, pore abrasion, got full size and boxy charm. I have entirely new skin on my nose, much better skin, freaking pricey though. Oh, okay. Sue doesn't like storms, and neither do I. Kristen says the Z palette with some mug shadows is a great idea, Sue Donner, and I have no idea what she's talking about, so I'll have to scroll up to that in just a little bit. And Fema Girl says, some like me are sensitive to glitter, and especially if you have allergies. Can you recommend a glitter glue? The one that I'm using now, I understand that Too Faced makes a good glitter glue, but I've never used it. Oh, darn it. I organized everything the other day, and now I don't know what I did. Here it is. I got a little tray of miscellaneous stuff, and this is a miscellaneous thing. So this is the glitter glue that I use. It's called Bitsy, B-I-T-Z-Y glitter glue, and I picked this up at the Sally Beauty, and I think I paid $3 or something for it. This stuff works good. So what I did was I took it and I put the glitter glue on a small shader. And then I tapped the glitter glue down on my lid and then went into, with glitter glue still on the brush, into Cosmo from this palette. So I took the brush and went right in there with the glitter glue on there and then packed it on my lid. And it made an opaque glitter on my lid. And it was gorgeous. So I didn't think I was going to like it. I thought I'd criticize that, but I really did. And I thought, oh my gosh, I went and showed Shy Guy. And he goes, wow, that's glitter. And I go, yeah, I know. Aren't you wondering whether I'm going to like shoot my eye out later when I go to take it off, but it came right off onto the pad, didn't scratch me, didn't do anything bad to me at all. So, you know, can't say I recommend that I think that's a bad palette to entertain the thought of getting. Of course, you guys saw my video the other day. I want to tell you something about this. If you guys don't want to get addicted to this, because all of this, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Natasha Denona things that I want now because of this palette. If you don't want to cry when you go to use your other shadows, don't buy this or this. But I am going to tell you. I love the Natasha Denona Lila palette. And 20% off sale is when you need to move on something like this. Because, yeah, this is an excellent palette. I recommend this palette. And between these two palettes, let me show them side by side. Between these two together, I can't imagine what kind of a sunset look you want that you can't get here. They are both beautiful. And both of these palettes are the reason that I keep not moving on the Too Faced Velvet Matte. Because I look at these palettes and go, on the eye, can you really tell the difference? So I keep looking at them. And I still do want it, but I'm not going to buy it I mean, it might be limited edition. I'm not going to buy that. The one I want, I've got glitter everywhere now. We'll talk about the one that I want here in a few minutes that I'm going to forgo that one for. My last recommendation on things that I own, have actually tried and can speak to the quality of, are the Viseart Theory palettes. Now on my want list, the things that I want, I've listed, I have a whole section in the description bar that's other stuff I've wanted, but I'm going to have to wait to get. On that list are 3 of the $80 palettes, the neutral matte, the dark mattes, and the other matte, the other brownish tone mattes. I want those still. But these Theory palettes, this is an excellent way to get introduced. In fact, this one is a good way to get introduced to Viseart. If you've never tried Viseart and you were wondering what is all of the fuss about, then you can pick up the Petite. So I like the way that these are packaged because you can easily pop these out and take them. Well, this one here, you would just pop in your purse, you know. I mean, it's so little, it just fit right in your purse. Love these shades. Okay, so this is matte. These are shimmers. This palette is a really decent way to try Viseart. So I personally think that the mattes of Viseart, they can't be beat. I think they're just wonderful. That's why I want those 3 matte palettes. I'm hunting wet wipes. What do you guys do with them? You guys are always stealing and hiding my stuff. Here we go. Okay, you're really not, but I got to blame it on somebody. Oh. Okay, so this palette here then, this is called the Petite, and I think it's $30-some. And you would get all these shades. These are magnetized, so you can just take your finger right here and pull it up. I'm not going to, because why? And I have to tell you that the way these are packaged, you can drop this. They're Mary proof. They go in here like this. You can just pull them out. So this one here is called the Petite Pro Palette 01. This would be a good place to start to try. After I had this though, I went nuts. So I had all of them. Let's talk about which ones that I like the most. So on the sides of them, they say what they are. I did take these out. You guys probably saw in a video that I did. I took them out. I depotted them and put them in a Z palette. And then I dropped my Lancome Z palette and busted a good portion of those shades. And because they all hit the floor together, it wasn't like I had a single shadow, I dropped it, and then I could like gently pick it up and put it back in there and put it back together. No, they were all like broke together. So, sorry, I was trying to read. Monica loves the amethyst. The amethyst is going to be my first recommendation. Because if you love purple, then you have to do that. But anyway, so Lancome shadows are like $22 a piece. It didn't make me very happy. And I thought, oh my gosh, what if I drop my Viseart palette? So I took them all and put them back in here. They're really, really easy to pop out and put back together. So in order of recommendation, amethyst. If you love purple, then throw away everything you have. No, I'm kidding. You don't throw it away, but you're not going to find better purples than this. This palette is all that. If you are going to buy a Viseart palette and you like purple, then here it is. Get this. If you love purple and you don't get this, then no $200 for pass and go. These are the most gorgeous purples, the most easy thing I've ever done. And if you are the kind of person that goes, I can't blend shadows, I can't make them look pretty on my eyes. If you get this palette and you get this Tom Ford brush, you will blend your crease like a pro. I'm just saying, these blend like nobody's business. And I love them so much. So that one there is the Amethyst palette. And what you've got is 3 mattes, 3 shimmery shades. And they're, well, I'm not going to say they're all like that. They're not all like that. Thank you, Heidi. She was teary because I dropped my Lancome palette. I was too. I seriously got so upset about that. And I'm like, you have a choice with the, I shouldn't have depotted them all, but they were just everywhere. And, you know, I mean, these are protected very well. When you get them, there'll be a sticker. I tore this one off so that I would know right from the get-go. So you got all these stacked up here. I know just from looking that that's the Amethyst because I tore its sticker off. So I don't have to read. I just know the one without the sticker is the Amethyst. Leave the stickers on the one. Take your favorite one and pull the sticker off. That way you just know that's the one. That's your favorite one. I left the stickers on the rest so that I could tell you my next favorite is the Minx. So this one here is the Minx palette. And I think this is the only one inside the Sephora store. I might be wrong. Again, 3 mattes and 3 shimmers. These are like butter. Okay, we're just going to call these butters. These are 3 butters and 3 mattes. Absolutely gorgeous. This is a gorgeous palette. So pretty. Try to stop saying that. Again, though, I'm going to put the petite up if you're saying, I just don't know if it's worth all the hype. I don't know if I want to start with this one here. But be prepared after you do that. Okay, then the next one that I love so much, believe it or not, is the Nuance. And it doesn't have any, there's no mattes in this one. So you really do need mattes, like say, I like to use the KVD Shade and Light matte palette to go in and contour, and then I'll pop one of these on my lid. So this one is called Nuance, and it's gorgeous. They're all gorgeous. There is one I don't reach for, and I do regret getting. That's the last one I'll show you. This one is Cashmere. This for my neutral girls. Now, they don't have all of these inside the store, but I think they do have them on the site. So once again, I keep saying it over and over, but 20% is when you try, 20% off is when you try this stuff. So, and this is the last one, and I never reached for it. I regret buying it. It's Chroma. And every time I open this palette, I think Melissa 55 and how much she would love this. This is Melissa 55's eye. So maybe if you have eyes like Melissa 55, then this would look really good on you. But to me, you guys know I'm such a color person. This is, watch, next year it'll be my favorite palette. This isn't enough color for me. This doesn't do it for me. But there is a black in here and a white. It's many shades of gray. You know, I don't know. Maybe next year I'll love it. But for right now, all of the others, I love them so much. That one never gets any attention. So, yeah. Okay, so those are the things that I own, have personally tried, and recommend to you. Now, we'll talk about the things I want. So the things that I want, I can go through, and I've listed all the links below. So, because I'm going to move through those really quick because I don't have anything to show you. So you can go check them out for yourself. I don't really have a way to show you. So, well, now Heidi says, do it, Mary, with a red lip. You know what? You're right. That palette would look excellent with a red lip. Okay. Heidi, just for you, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that palette with a red lip. Okay, so first off, I already told you earlier, I want two Tom Ford brushes that they have there. I want the cheek one, and I want the shader, which they call the shadow brush. So those two, and that would be because I love this one so darn much. So I love this blending brush. And I know that if I had the other two, I would love them too. Oh, also this one. Why didn't I say this? This is an excellent brush. Excellent. Actually, it's the most expensive one. But so the Tom Ford brushes I do have, I love so much that I want those two also. Bye, Monica. Thank you so much for stopping by. Then I want the Natasha Denona Star Palette. I want the sunset one too, but I really want that star palette. Okay, Sue Donner says, thank you for the recommendations. This is fun. Do you do the red lip video, please? All right, I will. I will do a video on the Chroma. Was that the one I don't like? The grayish? Yeah, the Chroma one with a red lip. The YSL new matte lipsticks that they have out, I want two of those. I want the number 5 and the number 11 because they really look. So I think that formula would be really good because I love everything that YSL does. So I think that those are probably great. I already told you that I want the Viseart dark matte, neutral matte, and warm matte. I want those 3. I think you couldn't go wrong with those. I mean, especially if you're a neutral kind of girl, the 2 of those are going to be something you probably reach for and use every day. The Kevin Aquan Contour book. So I have the Kevin Aquan Contour palette, and that contour is excellent. So I think that if you wanted to get that or get the book, I really want that book. I love Kevin Aquan's contour stuff. So I don't know why I want this, but I think that if you don't have a lot of blushes, thank you, Marge, for stopping by. Marge is leaving. So thank you for stopping by. And yeah, see me on Snapchat later. Okay. I think this would be a good, I would like to have it. Okay, but I don't need it. But I think it would be a really good thing if you want to build a blush collection. Tarte's limited edition blush palette that they have on the Sephora site right now, that has a whole bunch of their blushes on both sides. And I look at it and I go, because it's blush. I like it, and there's a lot of it. So that, well, the Too Faced Sweet Peach stuff, I still want that palette. I don't know why, I just do. I still want that palette. So that, I went over there and I felt that powder. And what I do is I always take and come in the web of my hand right here where it's the most wrinkly, and I will work a foundation there and then take a powder and rub it and then just do this and see how bad it's crinkly, because I figure that's what it's going to look like on my skin. And I liked that. I thought that that was a good powder. And I compared it to the KVD petals. And it was, I thought KVD, the petal one, was more like the La Mer powder that I have. It had some sparkle in it. So the Too Faced Peachy powder seems more matte. Mary Ellen, she is a, what? Hi, Mary. It's the other Hoosier Mary in Pelham, Alabama. Oh, that's right, because she used to be a Hoosier. That's what you call Indiana people, is a Hoosier. So, who's your favorite Indiana girl? Hoosier. Anyway, okay. So the Velvet Matte palette, I want the peach powder. This would be a good time to try it. Oh, and Too Faced Brow Envy. This would be a good time for me in particular to pick up another one of those, because mine, I'm finally getting to where I can see pan, and I know what that means. Oh yeah. Okay. Sue Donner says my wish list would be the Smashbox new brush kit. Yeah, that sounds excellent. So yeah, we can talk about that one too. Blanccome's dual finish powder. Never tried that, if you can believe it. I've never tried that powder, and I would love to try that powder. The Besame lipstick in Dusty Rose. I've never tried one of the Besame lipsticks. I already told you guys about the Shiseido Synchro Skin and the Dior Skin Forever. I would love to try both of those. The Guerlain Terracotta Bronzing Powder in Sun Blondes. That's something that I always stick in the cart and then go, no, you have so many bronzers, and I take it back out. But I would love to get that sometime. The Clinique makes a shadow palette. There's 8 shadows in it, and it's called All About Shadow. And I would love to try the Black Honey Affair. That one looks like it has a lot of tones in it that are right up my alley. Oh, Shiseido Cotton. Yes. Does anyone? Yes. Heidi says, do I really need Shiseido Cotton? Yes, you do need Shiseido Cotton. Heidi, I did a video on all these different kinds of cotton. And of course, because I had all these different kinds of cotton, I ended up using them for more than just a short period of time. I had a whole bunch of Coke and Joe, Shiseido, the Sephora. I mean, I had several different kinds of cotton. And I actually made a video about all these cottons. And after using them for a little while, I got hooked on the Shiseidos. I didn't think that I would, but I did. So yeah, speaking from someone who said that you didn't need Shiseido cotton in your life, there were alternatives. It became my favorite cotton, and now I don't want to put anything else on my face. But I have to tell you something. If you have a Kroger, there is, Kristen321 told me about this, and she's right. Kroger brand is Simple Truth, right? They have a whole, everything from chicken breast to cosmetics, not cosmetics, like, you know, cotton. So it's round like a Swisper, but it feels on your face like the Shiseido cotton. And because of its size, you're really not wasting any. So that's an alternative for anybody who wants to know it. If you have a Kroger by your house, go to Kroger, go on the aisle where they sell those whispers and stuff, and they have the brand Simple Truth is a Kroger brand, and their round cottons feel just like the Shiseido cotton. And they're very cheap. Okay, so coming to the end of my list then is 3 YSLs. The YSL Rouge Pour Couture lipstick in La Nude is exactly my lip. That is a nude lip for me. So it just makes my lips look better, but it's the same color. I love that lipstick. I have a little sample of it, and I want the big one. Giorgio Armani Black Ecstasy Mascara. I want to try that. Kristen Gaines said it was awesome, and so I want to try it. And the YSL Shocking, there's 2 mascaras by YSL. The Shocking Volumizing Mascara and the Volume Mascara. I want to try them both in burgundy. I always wear black mascara, but I want to try those 2 in burgundy. And then the last thing is a setting powder by Supergoop. It's a SPF powder, and I would love to try that sometime. I don't know if anybody's tried it or not, but so those are my thoughts. Oh, I didn't tell you the thing that I am going to get, or if I don't talk myself out of it, I sold my perfume. I sold some perfume just so I could buy something at the VIB sale. And it is the, oh gosh, what's it called? It's by Makeup Forever. It's their palette. And the funny thing about this, where'd that list go? It's called the Makeup Forever Lustrous Shadow Palette. It's limited edition. It's sitting in my cart. And I keep going, no, you need to not spend your money. And then I look at it and I'm like, why you? And then I go back and then I'm like, okay, this time you're really going to buy it. And then I'm like, no, you need to not spend any money. So that's the one that I want. It took a long time. But the funny part about this is, I promised to tell you guys this funny story. Heidi says she's still pining for Nirvana fragrance 4-piece set. I'm afraid if I order the cotton, I'll get the perfume. Oh? Well, I can't lie to you. The Shiseido cottons feel awfully nice. They will spoil you. So if you don't want to keep buying Shiseido. Now Stephanie Nicole says she cuts hers in half and they last as long. But it doesn't work so well for me because that makes them like a rectangle instead of a square or a circle. And I don't know. I don't do so well taking them off in that shape. So I don't, and I waste them because they are huge and big. But anyway, so this, of course, was sitting like this, propped up right across the aisle from the Makeup Forever Lustrous palette that I wanted. And I'm looking at this palette and I'm thinking, boy, there's similar shades in that to this palette. There's one. So there's the tester, which I have in my hand. And there's the actual palette in the box that you can buy. One. That's it. That's all I've got left. Just one. And I have it too. So I have the tester in my hand and the real palette that you would buy in my hand. And I walk off with it to go over to, I mean, it's just right behind me, but you got to take a few steps to compare it to this. And there's a girl, and I don't even know it, but she's trying to get that palette. She wants to buy that palette, but I've got it in my hand and I've got the tester and I'm over with the Huda Beauty swatching to see. And I will say that there are 2 shades in that palette that are almost dead ringers for saffron. I think it's saffron and oud. Is that how you say that? Oud. I'm pretty certain those were the 2 shades. This one and saffron. They are so close in that Makeup Forever palette. And I still want it. But anyway, so the girl is following me, right? Because she wants to see if I'm going to put that palette down because she wants to buy it. And I don't know. It's been 2 days and I'm still sitting here going, I don't know. She wants to buy the thing and I won't let go. I finally did let her have it. So I was like, there's only one of them. And I let her have it, so she bought it. Anyway, so that's my story. I guess you had to be there. Anyway, so I didn't get to see a lot of what everybody else was recommending. What did you guys pick up? Did you guys pick up something special that I haven't touched on, or had something I need to check out, or anything like that? Because I think I've gone way over, haven't I? It's like 3 o'clock now because I've never shut my mouth. It's harder to know what's going on with you guys chatting when you're all by yourself, especially if you're showing things. So Carrie says, I'm glad I'm not the only one who adds to my cart. Take it away, talk myself out, and do it all the time. And here's the sad thing is I really do want that palette. And it's probably, well, here's what's going to happen. By the time I'm ready to finally really pull the trigger today or tomorrow, it'll be sold out because it's limited edition. And then I won't have it. So anyway, so that was really fun talking about all this makeup. Now, which one of you is going to come put it up? Because I'm telling you, I was so proud of myself. I had this so organized. It took me a long time, but I decluttered everything and I organized everything, and everything was all nice, and I knew where everything was, and then I pulled stuff out and it's everywhere again. And I don't want to put it up. Anyway, so I guess we can tie this up since I've been here for a while and you guys are probably tired and saying, when are you going to shut up so we can leave? But I want to thank you guys so much for coming today, keeping me company and talking about makeup. And oh, Heidi says, I got a giant bum cream blushing. Hey, I heard that stuff's really good. I haven't had it, but I've heard that it's really good stuff. Anyway, so can I look at this and see who's here? Okay. Thank you, Carrie. She says, I gave many really good suggestions. I hope so. I feel like I hit a lot of pricey stuff, but it's Sephora. It's not like they sell e.l.f. there, right? But I guess I do have ColourPop now. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming and participating. And yeah, I love you guys so much. You guys are the best part of the Fritzy family. You really are. The Fritzy family. Yeah. Isn't it colorful? Yeah. I've got different kinds, not just this. There's different kinds. Anyway, so I'm going to take off, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. I hope you've had a really good weekend. And yeah, until next time, love you. See ya. Bye. You guys go out there and be blessings to everybody you meet. Okay. See you later.